I've heard you say that when you were arrested, it was like the most relieved you've ever felt, which is like a backwards thing for someone to feel, right?
Yeah.
Like that's not how you're supposed to feel when you get arrested.
No, but ironically, or paradoxically, I don't think I'm the only one that said that you've even met. Would I be correct even saying that?
When you're living a double or triple life and you're not even sure what is up and what is down, when you have to lie to the people you love, to yourself, you're drinking a lot, you're making choices you don't want, you're so deep in it, you want to get out. He's asked, we had a guest, can I talk about what Jim said, Rich said, when he said he actually met Mike at this place they called The Farm. And I was like, can you explain The Farm? You know, they're like, oh, it's where it was rehab if you had a drinking problem. And he said that he first met Mike and Mike was getting yelled at by the guy, you have to go to this many meetings. And that Mike was like, I just need some help. Like, and then he put his head down like this. And it was at a time where like, you couldn't say like, stop the ride, I want to get off. You know, like there was no way. You had to get yanked out. And so in that way, he wanted out, but he didn't even know how to get himself out. Well, and I'm not justifying.
No. What happens is the world, we all have a world besides what we do. We have a world. I have a wife. I have a child. I have bills to pay. I want to get off the ride that I created, but it's too late. I don't know how to get off this ride and still keep these two people and myself safe, fed, protected. You know, so I'm making this choice to stay on this crazy ride, and hopefully I can somehow learn how to manage the ride instead of saying, okay, this ride needs to end. People do that. People say the ride has now ended. I was in Cape.
Yeah, and wasn't your wife begging you too? She was like begging you to stop.
Of course she was.
Yeah.
Yes. I'd rather this was her words, I'd rather sleep under a bridge.
Wow.
With you. Now, that's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Right? I'd rather sleep under a bridge with you in a cardboard box than have to live like this. I mean, that's pretty heavy. I mean, that's getting into some heavy shit there, you know. And I feel like an asshole, and it hurts me that I turned away from something that was that meaningful. Because how many people would hear that from someone in their life today? Yeah. Not many, I'll tell you right now.
Yeah.
You know, but I think, and I'm going to say this out loud, I think that I think that people that know me, that are close to me, would say that to me. I think. I could be wrong, but I know at least one or two, and maybe three that have been in my life. But because they know who I am as a human being, they don't judge me for the stupid things that I have done. They know with my heart, I lead. And sometimes I make choices that could cost me or them or anybody around me their freedom, let's say. You know, foolish choices lead to consequences, right? But I mean, I don't know. I'm not trying to sell me to anybody, you know, but what I'm saying is I really, really, really want everybody to be happy.
Yeah.
And like, I'm a people pleaser.
Yeah.
In many ways, at the detriment to for my own detriment. I'll do that. And we've even had that experience in the last 24 hours between this whole group of people in here. You know, for my own, instead of being firm when I should have been with certain things, because I have compassion for others, things then get away from you. If you don't.
You need to find the balance. That's hard. It's really hard.
Yeah. Well, you know, I'm one of seven in an Irish family. Okay, to get attention in that household, I guess you had to. You had to do something outlandish, you know.
Exactly.
So, what the hell?
And his mother's thing is, "Be careful, be careful." And here he is, a wild maniac. Like, think about it.
Yeah, and I was the perfect child, and I was the perfect son until the police department. Because there was something in me. There must have been something in me that just wanted to let go. Because I felt, and of course my parents would say, "Well, you're crazy." I felt the pressure of being the family leader at a very, very young age, because they knew I was reasonably intelligent. I'm not going to take reasonably intelligent. When you have two low birth weight children back then, you know, they're lucky that they're alive. The one fellow was John, my brother John, beautiful man, was mildly, they would say. Back then, he was mildly. He actually, when I think of him today, he's as smart as all of us. He just couldn't do certain things, like she would call it autistic on the spectrum. Or back then, but his brain damage back then.
Yeah,
so, you know, I mean, there were things where people were treated differently. So, and then my other brother should have been right now. And so when the perfect child came along, I got no attention. I got like no attention from my mother. I guess. I don't know.
That's what you felt.
Yeah, that's what I felt. And I mean, I remember on the bathroom floor in my grandmother's house, and my grandmother was not the cleanest woman in the world. I'm on the bathroom floor between the toilet and the tub, laying there crying and hearing my mother and my grandmother talking about me. And my mother says, "It's okay. The doctor says if he passes out, it's good for him. He'll be fine when he wakes back up." Like that was how and I remember that today. I don't know if I was 2, and that's what was going on in my life now. For my mother's, I got
Like
7.
he'll cry it out.
Yeah, he'll cry it out. He'll
Exhaust himself and
yeah,
he'll knock himself out.
He'll knock out. He'll pass out. I used to pass out.
Michael will be fine.
He'll be fine. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's how I was sort of raised, with that fear, I guess. There's a fear in that, right? Every child wants attention. I'm still a child.
No, we can't see that
child.
at all.
I'm still a child. For goodness sakes.
He's got a chaperone sitting next to him.
That's why I have a chaperone, because the child in me comes out.
Like, is he gonna?
the
How
wrong
many
times.
uses? How many bathroom? How many ethnicity?
So yeah, so that's who I am as a human being. But I have love in my heart. I like to help people. I mean, do I?
That's actually how we connected.
Yeah.
It was his work with a lot of, especially with law enforcement and the suicide prevention.
Well, I also feel like you need those people who make mistakes like that to be an example for like people to like not go down that road, right? You kind of like, I hate to say it, but like people need to like make those sacrifices.
It's got to be, you got to learn from someone.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that I'm a really big advocate of. And I'm really just a little disappointed in many police departments, because I've gone to several, and the ones that I've gone to have been like overwhelmingly pleased with my presence of what I did and what I did for them. And there's guys in that audience that want to kill me. You disparage this, you did that. And then by the time I finish with that audience, 99 times out of 100, the one guy that I know hates me comes up and gives me a big hug and says thank you at the end. Because I can tell. I'm a reader of people. So when I was ready to leave prison, my father was going to send a limousine for me, because he was very happy and proud that his son made it through the prison sentence alive, and in good standing. And
did you get a limousine?
Yeah, my father was going to send a limousine to pick me up and bring me home. But he was going to have to drop me off at the halfway house anyway, so I wasn't going home. And so I thought about it, and I did my time as the cop. Okay, I was in prison a long time, basically, essentially, not like many others, but certainly long enough. And I was always the cop, and I was always something special, but not in a good way, in a bad way. It always made my time difficult because of who I was. But I just wanted to feel normal. I just want to be normal. So I had the opportunity to do certain things when I left, but I said, no, I want to get on the bus.
Like everybody else.
Like everybody else. With the brown paper bag, with your new roll-up clothes that they give you at the prison when you leave. I just want to be like everybody else. So I left prison on a Greyhound bus. The inmates that worked next door in the camp, whatever, they drop you off. I think there was a half a dozen of us to get on the Greyhound bus. And some guys would leave at their stop whenever they had to get off. And I had to go to Brooklyn, so I was getting off in Brooklyn. I think I was by myself, but I'm not sure. I can't remember. Because when I got off in Brooklyn, my parents were in Manhattan. The Greyhound bus pulls into Manhattan. So, yeah, the Port Authority. So you have to leave from the Port Authority, and then you have to get to your halfway house somehow. Whether you get a cab, whether you jump in a train, well, they tell you how to go if you want. So, but my parents met me, and 13 others met me at this at the bus depot. And the first thing on my mind was, I got to call the halfway house because the bus ran late. And if I'm not going to be at the halfway house by 6, I should call them and let them know. It's my first day out of the box. I'm panicking. I got to call. I got to let them know I'm in town. Otherwise,
Brian, we got to remind him what year you went in and what you thought you had to do is find a payphone.
So I said, anybody got a quarter? Like my whole family standing there. They go, what do you need a quarter for? I go, I need to make a phone call. And they're like,
phone booth.
And there's a phone booth over here. And they're like, you don't need a quarter. Everybody goes like this. There's 13 people. There's 13 phones in my face. I don't know what the hell they are.
Oh, because it's no.
I was waiting for this moment. Sorry, Brian, but I was like,
What year is this? This is 2005?
2004,
yeah.
But I went in 92.
Yeah, a lot changed. Yeah.
All there was those bricks that the drug dealers had.
Some people had
big antenna on them, and that was very few because it was $1 a minute. And
don't forget, he missed the tech explosion.
Yeah,
right.
Really,
yeah.
I had no idea what I was coming home to.
Wow.
So when I see these things, I don't even know how to use it. I don't even know how to dial. Because, I mean, I had the touchpad in the prison that we dial home, but I panicked. So they got this thing that flips open, and I'm going like this. I'm trying to talk on it. I don't know what to do, and it's crazy. So if I get through to them and they go, well, all right, well, I'm letting you know, I just got off the bus. Well, you get here as soon as you can. Like that's like they're yelling at me. I'm 44 years old. And you get here as soon as okay, I'm on my way. You know, what the fuck? You know, I mean, for Christ's sakes, I'm trying.
You tried to get here with a car not coming out of prison and how hard it was to get across through Manhattan.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm
oh, yeah. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah. I got to get there in 40 minutes to get to the halfway.
That's literally what I went through today.
I'm like,
why I'm bringing it up.
I'm like, oh.
And there's new technology whipping
exactly,
yeah. And it's telling you what time you're going to get. Yeah, mine ain't.
The GPS lied to me, yeah.
Yeah, yes. So P.S., I end up coming out to the halfway house. And the ironic thing in the halfway house was, of course, I'm famous in the halfway house, okay? And the the Post or the Daily News comes to the halfway house. I think it was the Daily News. Yeah, the Daily News came to the halfway house and took a picture of a different inmate.
And called him
Michael Dowd.
Can't make this up.
And he gets his picture put on the front page of the Daily News.
No.
Michael Dowd in the halfway house. And it's not Michael. Doesn't even look like
that poor
me.
guy.
Blonde hair, blue eyes.
Well, not that poor. Cause...
Yeah. Then the Daily News has to send him a $500,000 check.
Never mind.
% bonus.
Yeah.
Now the Post comes back 2 days later.
$500,000?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. The Post comes back because they now disparage his character. What? You're a dirty motherfucker too. I mean, come on. You're in prison. What kind of character do you have? Anyway.
Wow.
So he gets a $500,000 lawsuit settlement from the Daily News, and the Post comes back and following me around the street now in Brooklyn. Dowd. And now they know who I am. Now they know.
Yeah.
Now they did a little research, right? So they go, Dowd. I go, I'm not answering them. I'm standing there at the Don't Walk sign. Now in Brooklyn, the Don't Walk sign, there's nobody there but me. And there's no cars on either direction. And the sign with the hand up is saying Don't Walk. I'm standing there like this, looking at the Don't Walk sign. And they're standing behind me asking me, Dowd, would you do us a favor and sign off on this? Would you sign this disclaimer that, that this is you, that we just took your picture? I go, do your job. And I just kept walking. But of course, I couldn't walk.
You didn't want to walk
I didn't want to walk against the Don't Walk sign.
And get taking a picture.
They're taking a picture of me down, breaking the laws already. That's
they were waiting for it, too. They were waiting for it.
Of course
Yeah.
So that's my re-entry into society.
Oh, my goodness.
I got a job. It took me 9 years to get a job, a real job. I lost it a year later because the documentary came out.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's
10 years now, though, since the documentary, right?
Yes.
Wow.
10 years now, and it's been a journey. As was the first thing I said to you about my neck and my arm.
Yeah.
So I'm on disability because I have no use of my
I see.
arm.
Okay.
It's fucking bad. I was a mechanical engineer, like the engineer we have in the booth, but I was a mechanical engineer in a hospital, and I couldn't do it because I didn't want to. They were afraid that I would hurt somebody else. Accidentally.
Oh, because of the injury.
Yeah, because of my injury,
Yeah.
So I ended up, I'm on disability due to that. And, right now, I'm in severe pain talking to you.
Really?
Severe.
You can't tell.
Yeah, I'm in severe pain.
No, on his back. It's a real thing.
Wow.
Do you see me going like this right now?
Huh.
It's because my neck hurts from looking up.
Okay.
And then it pinches my arm and everything goes bad. So hey, I don't need any sympathy. I can still fight if I have to, but I don't want to.
So, I guess my last question is we end this end every episode with this question is if you had 1 minute to talk to your younger self, maybe let's say that 23-year-old that just started the academy, what would you tell him?
Right. Keep loving your heart. And the turtle won the race for a reason.
Hmm.